mechanical vehicle deviation was detected and corrected. An oscillating structure allowed passage to a hidden anomaly designated Listerlandet, functioning as an incubator for competitive sphere-kicking specimens. Atmospheric instability escalated into uncontrolled sky leakage until arrival at Karlskrona, an ancient gateway between the elements land and sea. Subsequent rotation involved extended passage through vertical cellulose formations with wide green collectors, reached naval bastion of the old empire, replete with ramparts, masts, and a remarkable wooden effigy known as Rosenbom, evidently serving both as moral lesson and collection device. End of communique.
The plan was simple. Follow the coastline from Bjärred to Kalmar. Most of the time the route was obvious. Coastal trails, sea views, salt in the air. Other times the official bike routes wandered inland, but I stayed near the sea whenever I could, even if it meant biking on the beach. I traveled through time as I followed the coast, from Bronze Age burial mounds to Hanseatic towns and working pools. And along the way, I met fellow cyclists, some with curious dialects, others with curious stories.
I'm motivated again.
This is the story of that ride. After a relaxing morning exploring Karlskrona, I set off towards the east coast. My plan for the day was to reach Kristianopel and have lunch there, before continuing north through this corner of Sweden and find a place to camp around Torsås. Completely new tarmac. I'm biking along the new E22 and the traffic isn't even open yet. As I bike east from Karlskrona, the landscape changes gradually, with more forests to bike through and old stone walls lining the roads. So I've come to the coast road now, east of Karlskrona. I'm biking north. I have the sea on the right side. I can't see it because it's a few hundred meters down. The landscape is clearly different, and it's a little bit like Småland with the stone walls built in the old days. And it's so long, it goes along the whole road. Kristianopel today is a quiet coastal town, and it's quite symbolic that its entrance is marked with both a Swedish and a Danish flag, because its history is anything but quiet. Founded in 1599 by the Danish King Christian IV as Kristianopolis, the town was built as part of Denmark's defense against Sweden. Its layout followed Renaissance ideals with wide streets and large blocks for rapid movement of troops, and a 2.5-kilometer wall, 4 to 6 meters high, surrounded by bastions and fortifications. Yet already in 1611 the 16-year-old Swedish king Gustav II Adolf stormed and burnt the town. It was rebuilt, but in 1637 the Danes regained it again as part of the constant border wars. They wanted Kristianopel as a strategic stronghold on the coast. As so often, chance changed the course of history. In the mid-1650s, the Swedish army was fighting in Poland and northern Germany. When Denmark declared war, the Swedish army turned back north. During the exceptionally harsh winter of 1657-58, the sea between the Danish islands froze solid, and the Swedes marched across the Great and Little Belts, a move no one thought possible. Suddenly, the Swedish army stood outside Copenhagen, and Denmark had no choice but to surrender. The Treaty of Roskilde in 1658 forced the Danes to hand over large territories, including Kristianopel, to Sweden. But Denmark did not give up. In 1676 they briefly retook the town, only to be driven out again the following year. The Swedes then ordered the fortifications torn down, ending Kristianopel's roles as a defensive stronghold. So, Christianopolis may have carried a grand name, but its story is really that of a frontier town, built for war, torn down by war, and remembered for its turbulent beginning. It's 6 o'clock and I had dinner at the cafe in the harbour here in Kristianopel, and I'm now moving on towards Kalmar, and I'll see if I can find a place to camp in Torsås. Great evening. It's just fantastic here. And it's actually nothing special with it. It's a little countryside road in southern Sweden between Kristianopel and Torsås. And I'm biking on the bike route Cykelspåret. But it's just a fantastic evening. It's so serene and nice. And I guess the fact that I have wind in my back doesn't make things worse, do they? And I think I found my little campsite here in Torsås by the little pond, and I just took my stuff off the bike and I kind of pitched my tent and had some strawberries for dinner. Since I'd had dinner in Kristianopel, I had a simple evening meal, just strawberries, crisp bread and milk. ride from Karlskrona gave me beautiful scenery and peaceful roads, but after 6 straight days of cycling and 70 kilometers a day, I was just looking forward to getting into the tent and rest my legs. What happened that night, however, was anything but quiet. So this guy's been going on, driving around Torsås. If I guess it's a Volvo that has been pimped up. I hope he doesn't do it the whole evening. It's 9 o'clock now, so he can go on for another hour or so, but he'll probably keep on until 1 in the night, I don't know. I guess not many in Torsås is happy with his performance. Oh God. We have thunder. Quite heavy rain, I would say. Wow. So it's Sunday morning, and it has been raining the whole night, but I'm dry. The tent is fantastic, so not a problem. And I have 45 kilometers to do from where I am here in Torsås and up to Kalmar. That's not much, but it's the last day, and that's good because it's also the 7th day of biking. So I've learned from experience that when you've been biking 5 or 6 days, you need a rest day. So therefore I planned it so that I would have few kilometers to do today, the last day. But now it's breakfast and the sun is shining. It's good. Voila, I'm ready to go. It's a windy day, but according to the forecast I'll have wind in my back, so it should be okay. Torp's Agricultural Museum. We have a collector of tractors here. Look at this old one. Porsche diesel. Field Marshal. Johnston Harvester. Massey Harris. Percy Harry's pony. And there's even more over here. Volvo's over here. This is the Volvo collection. Gee, it's windy. I'm having a final stop here for some coffee before I arrive to Kalmar. And I have my final little Hågens kanelsnitt. That was it. That's planning. One bag took me 540 kilometers. This guy along the road, Jan, from Frankfurt.
From Frankfurt to Sweden, but not by bike. Wonderful drive.
He's been doing 450 kilometers in 4 days or something.
Yeah.
And he claims he's untrained. I seriously doubt it. But well done you. And you're going to Stockholm.
Right.
Yeah.
Along the coast.
Along the coast all the way.
North.
Yeah.
I give it a try. It's the first bikepacking trip ever. Never done before.
And he has this beautiful little foldable bike. Is it foldable?
It's foldable. Yeah.
So nice to have someone to chat with on the route here. So you're gonna stay in Kalmar, or you continuing today?
I'm continuing and going. Maybe I make it possible and catch the ferry to Öland.
All right, yeah.
And then to the north of Öland, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I wish you good luck on the trip.
Thank you. You too.
And we'll see if I see you in Stockholm when you get there.
Sure.
Do the ride. Look at that beautiful railway bed going through the forest. Send you an email.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for the ride.
And good luck with
Enjoy
everything.
your time.
I gotta have a photo of you as well.
Yeah, thanks. With or without helmet?
With helmet, it looks
more realistically.
like this as well. Good.
Perfect.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much. Have a good time, and then maybe we meet.
Absolutely.
Okay. See ya. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. So that was nice. Meet another fellow biker, and now I'm approaching my final destination for this trip. And it's been 7 good days. Here it is. 33. Maybe they are on the back side. Hallå! Hej! Jag tror du ringer på dörren.
Ja, det hörs utanför baksidan. Det är bra cykel här, va?
Jättebra.
Ja. Tjena, hej på dig. Hej på dig. Välkommen.
Tack. Adam, my brother-in-law. Nice to be here.
Yes. Trevligt.
After 7 days in the saddle, I finally arrived in Kalmar and was welcomed by my brother-in-law, who took me out for a city walk that started, as it should, with pizza and beer. Kalmar's history stretches back almost 1,000 years, and the city has been the center of some of the most decisive moments in Swedish history. I had really been looking forward to coming here to see the town and of course to visit Kalmar Castle. Kalmar was first mentioned in the 12th century when it grew as a trading post and a defensive outpost along the Baltic coast. It's important to remember that at the time Skåne, Blekinge and Halland belonged to Denmark, which made Kalmar the southern frontier of the Swedish kingdom. During the 13th and 14th centuries, trade in the Baltic region was dominated and in many ways dictated by the German Hanseatic League. The Hansa controlled the trade routes, taxed imports and exports, and set the rules for what Swedish merchants could and could not do. To regain control from the German influence, the Swedish nobility invited the Danish Queen Margareta to take the Swedish throne. Queen Margareta gathered the aristocracy of Sweden, Norway and Denmark for a 4-week meeting at Kalmar Castle in 1397. There, a treaty was signed, the so-called Kalmar Union, and Margareta's adopted son Erik of Pomerania was crowned King of the Three Kingdoms. The union, however, was more of a loose federation and never really solved the power struggle between the king and the aristocracies of the three countries. Skip forward to 1520 when the Danish king Christian II was elected King of Sweden after defeating the Swedish regent Sten Sture the Younger. Christian soon earned his nickname Christian the Tyrant after ordering the execution of more than 100 members of the Swedish nobility, an event remembered as the Stockholm bloodbath. In the uprising that followed, Gustav Vasa, then a nobleman in exile, emerged as one of the leaders. Although he didn't lead the battles himself, the revolt against the Danish king is known as the Swedish War of Liberation. Kalmar Castle was the last Danish stronghold to fall in May 1523, paving the way for Gustav Vasa to be elected King of Sweden the following month. For Kalmar Castle, this marked the beginning of its golden age. During the 16th century, the castle was greatly expanded, the round corner towers were built, and the interiors transformed into a Renaissance palace. By the early 17th century, it had become a remarkable blend of a military fortress equipped with around 200 cannons and the fairy tale castle we see today. We joined an interesting guided tour of Kalmar Castle. The interior decorations are spectacular, the vaulted ceilings impressive and the intricate intarsia works exquisite. Every room tells stories of power and wealth, but also of daily life at the royal court. Walking through the halls, it's easy to feel the weight of centuries and imagine the kings, queens and courtiers who once lived here. Riding the edge along the coast of southern Sweden has been a journey through beautiful landscapes and deep into Sweden's early history. Reaching Kalmar felt like the perfect ending point, but now it was time to head home. Since there are no direct train connections from Kalmar to Stockholm and no buses that accept bikes, my plan was to take local commuter trains. That turned into an adventure in itself, involving 7 changes and a whole day on the move. But that's a story for another time.